Okay, welcome back everyone. So, for context, my previous play session in the last part was just yesterday. So I'm resuming this just, the day after. So everything is still kind of fresh in my mind. So, again, with the Golorfiak Mines, kind of just wanted to go through here, and, be a bit more thorough, note things down more. So, there's obviously this note here, which was like the first interesting note I discovered. So, we have shaft numbers, and these shaft numbers are 3, 7, and I don't actually know what number that is. It might be 9. That M number could be 9. It would be logical because we don't. If I'm assuming that they go up in order, right? Like this would probably be the lower number, and then this would be a higher number. So if this is 3 and this is 7, this would have to be a number that's higher than 7. And the only unknown we have higher than 7, at least up to 10, would be 9. So maybe I'll write that down tentatively as being 9. Not that I have a particular reason to need to know that right now. Yeah, it's like an M shape. Like that. But I'm not going to cross out the question mark next to the 9 because I still don't quite know that. It's just a good guess. That also means that this time here is out of sequence, because isn't that 10? 10... I guess that would be like a 2-digit number. I don't recognize those numbers there that are after it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there with these with these times. I recognize this first digit as 10, but then I don't recognize really any of the others after it. So I guess we'll just leave that. Which throws some doubt on if this is 9, because it might not be a single-digit number. Not sure. But it is just weird, because I thought these would be in sequence. Then again, maybe, in this numbering system, maybe time is not in, like, a 12-hour format with AM and PM. Maybe it's measured completely differently, and that's why the numbers would be different. And then 6 is another number we're missing. It says Ruli checked in at 11:26. Could this be the digit for 6 then? But why would he feel the need to clarify that at the bottom then, if it was, fixed up here? I'm unsure, but I can tentatively put that down as the number 6. That might be 6. So we'll put that there. But again, I am not quite sure. Just because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me why he would need to clarify it was 11:26 when that's what it says. It says it right there. But in any case, Ernter returning in a couple days. Fix on gate. May require a new cable. Notify visitors to keep their preferred language. May need to speak to Vemir about Smolix's shift operation, causing too much confusion amongst Fajaltans. Okay. Is there anything else on the screen? I didn't really poke around here very much. Oh, hold on. I did not see this. Halash. I have gone to inspect a message received from the Galahanti podium down at shaft, I believe, 9. The workers informed me as soon as it came through. Apparently, strange lights have been spotted off the coast of the Payita factory. There's no Payita harvest set to dock at the harbor this afternoon, so I'm curious as to what this could be, if anything. I'll investigate and report back as soon as I can. The Golor craft has a maintenance inspection set for 15 hours, ready for flight testing tomorrow morning. Ernter, what does that say? Ernter Queel, okay, that's his last name, may wish to carry out the inspection. If he does, please follow up regarding. They keep writing regards where I would expect regarding. Is that like a British thing? Please follow up regarding the broken cable at the gate. I'll be back soon, Carol. Okay. So there's a message from the Galahanti podium, meaning it's probably in that strange writing, at shaft M, whatever that is, probably 9. And there are strange lights that have been spotted off the coast of the Payita factory. Okay. I wonder if that would only be visible at night. I don't recall seeing any strange lights there. This building to my left, I'll go into it eventually and note down things there. There keeps being like breaks in the gates, and I keep expecting I'm gonna go walking through one, but you never can. Let me go back up here a second. This is where Mason was, but maybe I missed something in this building. It's possible I missed stuff in here. Yeah, did I ever take this all the way to the top? Hold on, is there a way to go to the top? Oh. Do we need a key here? Hold on. This key? Ah. I definitely didn't do this. I didn't even think of this. But it makes sense. I didn't really explore this area. And actually, I'm just noticing now there's a thing on the ground there. Maybe I should check that first. Can I open this? No. I do not see a keyhole for this one. No. Nowhere on the screen. Okay. Alright. Nobody really told me to go here, so I don't have a particular reason to be here, but... Where is Smollax, by the way? Like, is everybody just hanging out in the Scarlidi Towers, because that's the only place I haven't explored? Or maybe they're all in Oluj right now? Like, where is he? And where are his soldiers? Like, he was implied to have soldiers. I've not seen a single person that could qualify as a soldier this entire time. Okay. The Banox computer system. That is a lot of screens. Hold on, let me explore the rest of this room first so I get a better idea of what I might be interacting with. That's a cool water effect on the ceiling. Reminder. Send old pipes back to Oluj. Possibly reuse in Lab 17. Okay. Oh yeah, there's still a key somewhere around here that I have to find. Because I picked up 2 keys in the secret office. There was a key... That was the dome key, and there's the spare key that I've been mostly using. But apparently there's another. because Vamir's journal mentions that there's a key somewhere in the Golorfiak Mines. What's this? To Vamir Dahili, I apologize for the delay with the construction work on the Falitsu Dome. Not only have the sea levels risen around the Falitsu Island area, but it appears the heat has something to do with why my men seem so anxious as to the very thought of stepping foot on these old Fijaltan wooden walkways again. The sons turned their mind into Malayavidon. All they talk of is the voices in their head whenever they step foot back on the docks here on Oluj. Those vines are also causing havoc on the scaffolding there. Maybe they can help bring down the rest of that wretched Fijaltan mess hall or whatever it used to be. No matter. Kerhalta Volka beckons, and thus we shall answer and continue our work. I'm hoping the current state of the dome's technology is providing significant progress in your search for alternative power sources. I'm looking at strengthening the power of the blue crystal fences, too. Not only at the dome, but other areas of the Neyyah Site 28. The vines seem eager to burn under them, rather than retreat back to those cursed waters. The elevator sector seems to be a stronghold against any natural forces. Those towers there are strong and perfect for protecting such important devices. Meanwhile, although I may require a new team to conduct the research required to get such work underway, I'm quite eager to pursue matters in regards to finding alternative use for the Billix tank oils on Falitsu Island. That old contraption needs to be brought down and new systems put in place to make use of that oil. While I understand you are quite preoccupied with other matters on Neyyah Site 28, if you do have a free moment to check what the levels at the tank might be, inform me, and I'll see to putting some construction plans in place. I've also seized work on the railway system linking the Lavandis Crystal coastline and the Jalud station area of the arrival sector, for reasons I previously mentioned. While the Neyyah spores are fruitful on Neyyah Site 28, the place has caused me nothing but trouble. Let me know if the railcar system is powered enough to get from one side to the other. The Vinox Eye Portal seems to be running at full capacity now. I just hope the propulsion mechanism is currently installed on the rails doesn't make it too much of a bumpy trip. A stronger fuse system will suffice, replacing the current Jalud fuse installation required at the cart. I believe Neyyah Site 28 holds the key to evolving our technologies in ways we haven't thought possible. More than just throwing old Falitsu roots in cases of chemicals and hoping to see what power is squeezed from them. The more we can strip away at the Fijaltan corpse that continues to fester below our sanctuary, the stronger we will be, the closer we shall be to him, Small X. Okay, I recognize this symbol. This symbol is the, it's on that weird contraption that's, kind of close to where the mushrooms are on Falitsu Island in the Gufunki zone. It's like, man, I sound exactly like one of them now. It's the thing where it like dispenses some water and you can pull it up. I don't really know what that's about. Oh, so that's the Billix tank, is it? The current symbology depicted in the Billix tank emblem, where Oluj is joined with the lens of Fijalta, creates a bitter taste in my mouth. We shall definitely revise this design once we have the plans for a new system in place. I'm excited to push forward with ideas on how the oil can be used more effectively for our purposes here on Oluj. Also, I am certain we had one of these oil canisters left behind by our betrayers. Maybe they took it with them when I threw the last of their souls into the Quillivian. Oh, so Smolox created the Quillivian. Wait, so why does he want to find the Quillivian? Didn't he want to find it? Just like Vamir did? Okay. So I'm gonna find something that has, I believe that's the same symbol on top. Yeah, and right there as well. So it's like a little oil tank, and I should be able to find that somewhere and pick that up, and I need that for that area probably. That's important. Okay, I'm gonna kind of draw this symbol and say that equals Billix tank. Man, this game is just full of symbols. So it's like a little eject button, and then on top there's a half circle, and then like a sun and moon, and like a half-eaten piece of cheese, except it's purple. So this symbol equals Billick's tank. Obviously, I understand that's meant to be like a map, but, you know. Okay. So... Vizhalten rail track. Interestingly, this text is just like, you know, computer written. Vizhalten rail track, Nudger cart departure, returns to the sleeping tower area of arrival sector, retractable buffer stop, Nudger cart arrival at Lavandis Crystal Coastline, Algerian rail track. Oh, so there are two different kinds of rail track. You can actually see the difference in them, right? On the right side, it's like a mesh, almost, whereas on the left, it's sort of more like what you would normally see for train track. Hoping to remove the nudgers from the rail system once the old rail is fully demolished. Once fully operational, I can improve other rail systems across Neyyah Site 28. Okay. So, there are two different types of rails. Not sure the relevance of this, but I'll kind of, you know, sketch this out as well. So I've drawn out the Vizhalten rails, and then the Algerian rails, they're kind of like a crisscross pattern, like this, just like a mesh pattern, and this is Algerian rails. Don't know if I will need to know that. I'm assuming there's going to be a cart where it only works on like one type of rail, or we're going to have to figure out something where I don't even know what type of puzzle would surround this, but you know, they're pointing it out, so I'm writing it down. Okay, and then we're back to the beginning. More notes. Another letter for Small X. To Vamir, the improvements you made to my Irelta gun are the finest I've seen in a while. I've noticed a far clearer and sharper aim when hunting down the Maleva cats. I've not organized a hunting expedition on Neyyah Site 28 for a while. Okay, is there something more to Neyyah Site 28 than you've seen? Because, like, as far as I can tell, it's just that platform with 4 portals, right? These guys talk about it constantly, as if there's something there to see. Am I wrong in saying that Neyyah Site 28 is just the tower with the 4 portals around it? Like, is that wrong? How would you hunt anything there? There's no animals there. How would you have a hunting expedition there? There's no nature there. Okay, well, I've not organized a hunting expedition on Neyyah Site 28 for a while, as their population seems to dwindle there compared to other areas of Vizhalta. While I prefer the marble white walls of my temple, I'm assuming, by the way, that Neyyah Site 28 is just, you know, it's Site 28 because that's just the one they can access, right? That is, somehow they managed to establish a connection to it, you know, and, you know, managed to light up the portals there and use that as their teleportation zone. And so, you know, the reason it's Site 28 specifically is just because that's the one they happen to be able to get to. And why it's not like, presumably there are 27 other sites, it's just, you know, you can't get to them because the portals there don't work for some reason, right? That's kind of my thinking right now is that they just can't get there, but they're just leveraging the one site that they can get to, which is Site 28. I've not organized the hunting expedition on Neyyah Site 28 for a while, so this tells me there's something there that I don't know about, because, like, it can't just be that platform with the portals if it's possible to do hunting there. As their population seems to dwindle there compared to other areas of Vizhalta, while I prefer the marble white walls of my temple, catching these bladed beasts across various terrain below distracts me from the arduous work taking place at the Ronaldo Temple. After their betrayal and the battle which followed, they seem to have fled further into the forest areas. Do not threaten, my dear Vemir. My Aralta only fires tranquilizers. I'm aware you don't agree with animals being experimented on, but in my eyes, it's no different than your plant tests. Once unconscious, the plated beasts are brought back to Oloje and marked. This way, I'm not repeating the procedure on the same animals. My lava cat's blood seems to contain a property which, when mixed with Golorfium, accelerates the plasma generation of the Leflomian portal. I honestly believe this cat will be the answer to speeding up our work, ridding ourselves from this cursed place once and for all, and returning back to him. Let me know if you wanted to organize any hunting expeditions down on the Neyyah Site 28. You would be most welcome. Maybe you'd wield the Irelta better than I can. I'm always up for a challenge, my dear Vemir. Small axe. Interesting. So, this is not the animal we've seen. We saw like a bird that was like kind of gasping for air on the ground, and it was not these guys. I've seen these guys around. I've definitely seen them. I saw one when I first entered the mine. When I entered the mine. Yeah, I saw one when I first entered the mine. But yeah, we've not just seen one. You know, and I don't imagine it's going to turn into an FPS. Like, we're not going to, like, get a gun and shoot them, right? So I don't know if this is really useful information for me right now. But you know what? I probably should write it down. Like, there's got to be at least one, you know, important point to including this letter here, right? I'll write this in my never-ending list of notes. Cat blood fuels portals. There. It's a net. Yep. Just a net. We can't do anything with the net. It's just a net. Alright. That's everything here. This doesn't look foreboding at all. What is this? Book? We got a new journal. Mason's journal. That could be very interesting. But you know what? I've already done so much reading. Let me just explore this room. Like, I enjoy the reading in these games, but I am starting to get just a little bit sick of doing only reading and not any puzzle solving. It feels like the game is kind of pushing me to ignore the typical missed way of playing these games, which is just, you know, read as soon as you find something and use that information when it's relevant. Here it's almost like there's so much reading that I just kind of want to fool around with stuff more and come back to the reading later. Victory 4231. That is the code to enter into the Pelska portal. Strange that this would be in a place that Smolox can presumably access, right? Like, I'm assuming Smolox... I guess Smolox can't access this place. It requires the key that only Vemir has. Just strange, because Smolox's logo is all over this, right? Did Smolox previously have access to this place? What is this now? Spore Heater. Prototype. Spores detected. Heaters inactive. Oh wow, the year is at least 4,274. What, didn't we have a 4,231 date a while ago? So like 30 years have passed since the note downstairs was written? That's weird, right? How long have these mines been abandoned? Okay, we turned that on. Heaters active, spores detached, harvest required. Oh, is this where we finally use the fuses? Or are these just fuses already? No, these are just already fuses. So obviously those are the same types of fuses, though, that we've found, right? I feel like I keep seeing these everywhere. Are these 4 different types of fuses required anywhere that we want power here? Maybe. Heating systems, since 1 month ago. Okay, these cannot be years, right? Like, this is 4045. That would mean that that was like 200 years ago, but Vamir would still have to be alive. These can't be years, there's no way. So the attention of Vamir Dahili. This email is in response to our meeting alongside our protector, Smolax Mehmet, in regards to his concerns with the current heater system set up on Neyyah Site 28. After reviewing the current setup you have running, we have decided to begin installation of new pipes which will carry the heater server cables from the heater servers through the Lodvik connection tower and into the Neyyah heater chamber. See, the Lodvik tower is there, so Neyyah Site 28, it must be that place, right? But what am I not getting? Like, why do they think that it is possible to do, like, hunting expeditions there? I hope you have received the prototype pipe already. This metal will enable more protection of the cables and withstand hotter temperatures once the system is powered. Smolax has also decided to heighten security on the use of fuse boxes on the heater service. Rather than using only the Trondi counts generated by the voltage machines, they'll need to be multiplied by certain numbers. I'll leave these numbers for you to decide upon. The results will be the numbers required to power the fuse boxes. I'm also glad you decided on a remote source of power for the overall activation of the heater servers. This is the same number we already have written down, right? 4321. It's the same one from his journal. Oh, no, it's in a different order. This is 4321. The one in his journal is 4231. This is 4321. Okay, so we have to keep track of these separately and not get them mixed up. They're so similar to each other. And I'm assuming the color is probably important here too. I wonder if those correspond to the portals then? Probably, right? So, red equals 4, blue equals 3, green is 2, and yellow is 1. Okay. We can't get those mixed up with each other, though. We gotta make sure to keep those straight, because they're very similar. I respected your wish not to interfere too much with the old Jalton technology you seem to latch onto. The Lodvik Tower died away years ago, ever since the first ocean portal was constructed. I believe Smolax has already made you aware of his lack of interest in continuing to use Jalton technology. I strongly recommend casting your gaze on newer systems that could provide longer life for Site 28 at less expense. Please consider alternative systems for the operation of the heaters. The spore delivery there is fruitful. I beg you, don't squander it over the love you have for a world only shrouded in ghosts. Yaman Coit, Director of Aluxis Heating Systems. End of email. What a professional email. Okay. I am reading the stuff here, even though I just said that I don't want to do reading, because I don't know what I just did by turning this on. Dear Smolax, I'm writing to you in regards to the increasing fragility of Fleet Sudom. I understand you're very busy putting a lot of our resources into the Laflomian portal, but but I believe you're so close to creating a brand new source of energy through the Felici roots, which could easily surpass any of the current Vegetas we have coming out of the labs. I appreciate the hard work and time already spent in separating the Felici dome from the rest of the Felici island. However, I'm going to require more sophisticated materials if I'm to sustain healthy root growth, and generate accurate results in the Nox computer system. That's what's right behind us. Okay, maybe we have to use that now. One of my current concerns is a faulty pipe at Pod 4. It keeps disconnecting and leaking fluids everywhere. I call upon the aid of the priests of the Ronalda Temple. With their specialized tools, I believe we can take full advantage of using more natural-based resources from Feamor. So far, the tests carried out look hopeful, with more roots churning out stronger pellicite readings. My faith in the use of Feamor's natural resources also stems from having used another plant material. The Gufunki mushroom produces spores, which, when mixed with two chemicals, tashibinol and clophenol, produce a very efficient, sustainable light source. Unlike the Felici roots, no seawater is required to add in the mix. I have set up a few of these light sources around Neyyah Site 28. Please find attached a couple of photos referring to points I made in my letter. I'm free anytime the coming week to arrange a meeting with yourself and any of the priests, which may be available to speak further on Felici Dome's upgrades. Best wishes, Vimir. Oh, hold on, is that a photo? Can I get to that photo? Hold on. Oh, okay. So what it's saying is, these lights that I've seen hanging around, I have seen them. Those come from the mushrooms. What does this picture say? I've not seen this place, whatever it is. Is this part of the process of making those? So this kind of makes sense. I did see these lights, I believe, close to that area. So these lights that have like the weird stringy things coming out of them, they come from the mushrooms. Is that worth noting down? Maybe it's worth noting down. Let me note that down. So I'm just going to draw sort of like a, spiky thing with a circle in the center. Lights from mushrooms. Okay. Cool. More notes. To Vimir, I'm informing you of the immediate closure of the elevator at the Felici Dome until the button mechanism there has been fixed. I'm curious as to why the button has been tampered with in the first place. I'm not sure when to expect the new mechanism installation. I might have parts for you to collect sometime in the next week or two, but I can't say for sure. As you're aware, work has been very demanding in the Ronalda Temple lately. I will revise any structural checks for the dome's roof and inform you of confirmed dates for the inspection. Until then, I hope work with Felici Roots continues to provide promising results in small X. The plasma field has been activated successfully. All operations on the dome will cease for now, as explained in my letter. If you are able to find a fix with the button system there, inform me as soon as you can, small X. Yeah, we read about that in Vimir's journal, so this is how Vimir was informed of that opinion of small X. Honestly, doesn't seem that angry about it, though, like he described. Remote power using the mushroom spores. Okay, this seems to be relevant. Satellite connects to remote light sources. We've definitely seen satellite dishes like this somewhere. After different experiments, I found the Gufunki mushroom spores at the Sleeping Tower area of Felici Island to work most effectively on the new remotely powered lanterns. Maybe it has something to do with the nearby Binoxi Eye portal. Those rays could be adding the potency of the spore's growth. I'm quite happy with the new contraption which processes the spores. So far, so good. Let there be light in dark places. Spores inserted inside cabinet. Okay, this just seems like extremely obvious. Yeah, obviously. You put the spores inside the cabinet that is intended to take them. So I'm not going to even, make a note of that. Okay. Nothing about how to operate this machine directly in front of me, though. So, I hope it's fine to just leave that running. Oh yeah, there's a door here. Oh hey, it's living quarters. You know, I was gonna comment on how I haven't really seen anything that resembles a living quarters in this game so far, but this definitely is one. Who does this belong to now? We have yet another journal. And in fact, we only have room for one more journal in our inventory. This is another one of Vamir's journals. What do you want to bet that the last journal we pick up is going to be a Smallbox journal? Okay. I'm putting off reading Mason's journal, so I'm going to put off reading that too. I'll do that in a bit. I just want to explore around first. So yeah, there's the bed. Presumably Vamir's bed, because it had his journal on it. Oh, he has kids? Are those Vamir's kids? Oh yeah, I guess we do know he has kids. He mentioned it in his journal, didn't he? Now what is that? Looks like a battery icon? Ooh. It's an orange Payida. He mentioned in his transmission we needed an orange Payida. Okay, that is for sure important. I thought we were going to have to make that. But turns out it's already made. Payida. It's a powerful world. It's a powerful word. On Aluje, Payidas only mount to labs. One-way glass windows, black curtains, locked doors. On top of the Belindi Hills, I run the operations in a place where all the magic happens. The people who live down our street believe what I do is his work. The thought dust aftermath of his beckoning, his machine breath. If I hear Smollox say... That's a weird sentence. But if I hear Smollox say this to me one more time, I swear I'll set up a Golorfiak of my own and trap him inside it while he sleeps. Well, I am working on it, but there won't be no Golorfiak. And what I want to make sure he is conscious when the teleportation takes place. The bunker is already set up, just as Ernter instructed. Neyyah will provide what is needed. I struggle tonight with my thoughts. While I have successfully set up the Majorta gas system and tested the orange Payida required to power it, I can't help but... So, okay. This is required to power the Majorta gas system. Important information. This is, like, really important again. Like, you know, clearly very relevant to my goal. So this is worth an underline. So... Orange Payida powers Majorta gas system. And that I am underlining. Okay. Man, I could have discovered this area ages ago. Like, all it required was the spare key and having the thought to go up here. I just needed to, you know, grab the spare key from the secret office, immediately go here and use it here. And that's all I needed to get up here. So really, I should have discovered this a long time ago, but I just didn't. Okay. While I have successfully set up the Majorta gas system and tested the orange Payida required to power it, I can't help but be reminded of the near-death experience that came as a result of not thinking clearly when testing it a month or two ago. I can't blame Kleine for this incident. I knew a dispute would arise. After telling her about certain precautions I've set up here at the lab, Wakara Security continued to insist that I upgrade the VED and AD security doors, even though I've gone down to their offices in person, explaining that I can maintain the systems myself. I'm sure Smollox is behind it, so I decided to block them on the Banov system, and I understand Taleva's irritation at what could only lead to more suspicion and problems from the powers above. I've noticed a change in her mood lately. While I'm aware she worries about me, I'm also sensing a growing resentment in her towards what my work entails, the sacrifice, over the relentless thunderstorm above our heads, rumbling, what if? My love, I will strive to make sure nothing happens to our family. We are so close now. Taleva is his wife. Okay. There's the mask we picked up. We picked up this mask a long time ago, and that's what made me think that we were going to have to make the Payidas, because you need to wear this mask to make them. right? But apparently not, because we just got the Neyyah, so why do we have the mask? Why were we able to get it? 2 months ago, I had to escape the lab's Mayorta chamber. Oh, maybe we're going to have to go in this Mayorta gas chamber, and that's when we're going to need it. I had to escape the lab's Mayorta chamber. I reckon I have never climbed up a ladder so fast in all my life. The Mayorta gas erupted way too quickly after I miscalculated the Pieta activation lever's speed in vaporizing the glass at the table, which keeps the Mayorta gas cloud contained. Memory doesn't serve me well as it used to, so I set up some posters to remind me to carry a mask on me at all times whenever I'm entering any of the Mayorta gas areas. I can't continue to dwell on this setback. Perhaps I'm tired. One of Taleva's shoulder... So this kind of tells me the reason I have a mask is we are going to go to this Mayorta gas chamber, and we're going to need to wear it then. And we're going to need to make sure to remember to put it on then. But it's okay. There are posters there. We'll probably remember. I can't continue to dwell on this setback. Perhaps I'm tired. One of Taleva's shoulder massagers would be perfect right now. I'm very proud of my accomplishments, especially in tinkering with the components of the tube portals. And knowing this game, I'm surprised they didn't invent a special word for shoulder massagers. I remember attending one of the early expeditions to excavate the caves where the Mayorta gas had been discovered. I was a young man back then. I still recall the Benoxy screeches, my hands covered in green moss from the cave walls as I steadied myself, traipsing down into the ink-black pools of darkness filling those ancient tunnels. I am glad Smollett's pushed for the tube portals created. They now serve a great purpose here on Neyyah. I mean, how many different types of portals are there going to be? Okay, these are the tube portals. So the loudspeakers, which I initially thought were something to do with the Pelska portals, but they're not. These loudspeaker things, the first one that I came through and the one that I've seen by the transporter, they're called tube portals. Okay. My adjustments to a specific tube portal have required the use of other devices. On the Bannock system, I've managed to keep the locations of the tube portals classified. I can't hide the sensors very easily. This is why I need to keep as many people off Neyyah as possible. While I know Taleva is sick with frustration, I'm sure she understands. One side effect of the Mayorta gas eruption is that even with wearing a gas mask, somehow a vision will take place. Oh, okay. The Mayorta gas is these things. It's these pillars that are in the, there's like the one on, right where we arrive by the transporter there. And there's another one on Minerva Point that has like a symbol of mountains. They have these blue pillars. That's Mayorta gas. Am I interpreting that correctly? I mean, this one is a circle at the bottom, not a square. The other ones were square at the bottom, so I'm not quite sure. But it looks very similar to them, right? I didn't think that those were gas. They looked like almost like glass, like see-through glass, or like a see-through stone or mineral. I didn't think of them as being gas. So maybe that's not a good comparison. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. It's like the same color, though. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, what was that last sentence? For a moment, I felt I was actually in the place I needed to teleport to, even though I am only activating the tube portal in that moment. If I was to pursue further research into the Mayorta gas, I'm sure I could generate a teleportation from the very gas itself. I've tried hard to conceal my escape route from Neyyah, despite the use of the sensors. However, I decided not to set up a security camera console for it. The location will make itself known anyway once the Mayorta gas is released, and I believe the portal to the Velatron machine doesn't necessarily require a camera system either. Okay, hold on. I've tried hard to conceal my escape route from Neyyah, despite the use of the sensors. However, I decided not to set up a security camera console for it. The location will make itself known anyway once the Mayorta gas is released. And I believe the portal to the Velatron machine doesn't necessarily require a camera system either. Okay, so these camera systems, the reason why I might want to use them is because they're going to reveal, there's security cameras that kind of reveal, they might reveal like, secret areas, things that shouldn't be, that Vamir doesn't want people touching. But isn't that weird? because they were at Minerva Point, and they had like Smollox's logo all over it. So I kind of assumed those were Smollox's security cameras, or are there two security camera systems? It's kind of weird. Like I thought those cameras were being used by Smollox because they had Smollox's logo. So now I'm not really sure. But what I'm getting from this, is that they are revealing like secret areas. I should inspect the areas revealed by the cameras more closely. Maybe that's why I would want to see them. Because up till this point, I've not had a reason to use the cameras. Anyway, I believe the portal to the Velotron machine doesn't necessarily require a camera system either. I may dismantle this at some point. I could have saved Ernter the trouble of sending me a new camera system for the transportation tower security code, and just use this one instead. I'll keep one of the Paidas here in my quarters for now, but I believe the key to my escape route back to Neyyah requires higher security and protection. Okay. So, is that a different Paida? Is this the orange Paida, or is the orange Paida what we just picked up? Hold on. What is it called in my inventory? This is called the Velotron Paida. And I thought it was the orange Paida, because it is colored orange, right? Like, you cannot deny that is an orange color. Nothing else clickable here. Alright.